Okay, so I've just completed one of my squatting sessions for this week, and what I'm going to do here is show you some of the cool down stretches that I do for after my squat sessions. Now these are not quite as high energy as the warm-up stretches that you should be doing for squats, but more so they're focused on lengthening out the muscle, preventing cramps, and really just getting the blood flowing again. Because when you do a heavy compound lift, your body tends to be quite tight. You know, if you're doing the deadlift program I suggested, you may find that your spine becomes a bit like tense all the time, and as such you need to decompress it. And these stretches apply the same principle with your legs. So one such stretch is just a classic quad stretch. So you're just going to stand like this, 10 seconds. It's not a long time. But really you're going to be pulling as hard as you can, and I'll turn side on so you can see what it looks like from the side as well. So, feels really tight on the quad. So what I'm going to do is, I said 10 seconds, I'm going to give it a bit longer. You know, sometimes you need to adapt the stretching routine that you do depending on how your body feels. If you feel as though you need more than 10 seconds, give yourself 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You know, it's 30 seconds versus a potential injury that could set you back a long time. So I don't see any harm in giving yourself an extended stretch at the end. Now I'm going to stop here with my squats, so I'm not going to do any more leg exercises for today. So this, I guess, is my cool down stretch, but I would also recommend that even if you're going to then be going on to do other leg exercises such as stiff leg deadlifts or calf extensions, that you perform these same exercises, these same stretches, because why would you not? You know, I will never understand anybody who argues against stretching. Now, to some degree, so now the next stretch I'll be doing is just, again, very simple. You're just straightening out one leg, like this, and you're reaching down and touching your toe, like that. Very easy, and you're just lengthening out your hamstring, okay? And if you put your other hand over the top as well, you might feel a bit of an extended stretch kind of going all the way up to your glutes, down to the back of your knee, and that's fine. You've worked all of these muscles during the squat, so it's good for you to take time to stretch them out. Now, as I was saying, I will never understand why somebody would argue against stretching. I will never understand that argument. Now, I can, to some degree, visualize another person's perspective if they are saying something along the lines of doing a lengthening stretch, which is what we're doing now, we're lengthening out the muscle. Doing those before performing high intensity activities can result in injury. Now to some degree it can, because you're a little looser, you might perhaps struggle with locking out or putting so much weight on your muscles. I can kind of understand that. But at the end of a workout, not stretching, I'll never understand it. You know, I'll never understand why somebody would put themselves through the agony of not stretching at the end of a workout. So, what I've done there is I've just stretched out my quad. I've also stretched out my hamstring, because these are the two muscles that we use primarily during the squat. What I'm also going to do is, you might hear my knees click here, it's just a leftover injury that I have. There it is. So I'm going to come down as deep as I can, and I'm just going to sit here, a very deep squat. If I turn side on, you can see what it looks like. So I'm just deep, really just stretching out my knees here, more so than anything else. And I guess a little bit of my ankles too. Now you can move around a little bit if you'd like. You might feel this on your hips, or maybe on your knees if you start moving around a bit like this down here. But you don't want to start getting into the dynamic stretches really. You just want to focus on the flexation and the stretching sensation that you're putting your body through. Okay, so that's the third one. Then what I like to do is just bend down, straight legs, touch my toes. Really easy to do. You know, this isn't rocket science. These are simple stretches, and sometimes it's just about knowing which stretches to do and then just doing them. So I like to do this for around 10 seconds again, and I really just breathe out, pull myself down as much as I can, and focus on the stretch at the back of my hamstrings up to my glutes. Okay, and now I just have one more that I do. It's very simple, so Okay, that looked a bit technical. I'll explain it. You come down, hands on the floor, like this, one leg in front of the other. With this lead leg, you're then going to want to tuck it, as so. So your right foot, let's say, is under your left hand, and you come down, like that. And this is called the pigeon pose. Now this is something that is done in yoga. That's how I learned it at least. And it's perfect. This is the perfect finisher for any stretch routine after squats. It literally opens up your whole glute. I'll turn side on next time so you can see it. Opens up your whole glute, all your hamstrings. It forces your knee to go into quite a different position than it's normally in. Decompresses your back. A whole bunch of different benefits really that work the muscles all associated with squats. So what I've done there at this moment is I've just gone from being down here and just pressed myself up, fully locked out my elbows, and now I'm just leaning back. And all I'm doing here is just stretching out my lower back, decompressing my spine, as some would say. I would really recommend doing this as well, because even though, of course, squats are for your legs, not for your back, inevitably there will be some form of back recruitment in a squat, so it's always good to stretch out your back as well. So for the side profile, you can see again, one foot is lead, one foot's behind, my hands are flat. The lead foot is going under the opposite hand. I'm coming down, there we go, I'm down. I'm just tucking myself in, and I'm really trying to get down as deep as I can. I'm pushing my butt all the way to the floor here, because what I want is a deep stretch, just put it on here. But as I said, you may feel it on your knees, you may even feel it on your hips, you know, depending on where you're tightest, following the squat. So I like to stay down here for around 10 seconds again. But as I said, if you feel as though your body needs more time, give it the extra time. It won't kill you, you know, to stretch properly, but it could kill you to not stretch properly. So, okay, now my hands are coming out again. As you can see here, I'm decompressing my spine. I put my spine in a nice position, really. This feels really good on your lower back, especially when you've done a heavy load and your lower back's a bit tight, a bit sore. Doing something like this just really helps, and I would recommend it to everyone. The pigeon pose is what it's called. I'm sure there's some yoga instructor who does a better job explaining it than I, but you know, I know how to do it, so I feel as though I'm qualified to give you guys some advice on it. And then I just like to come up here like this, and let me come before, as you can see, and then I just walk my calves out. Even though I haven't trained calves today, you know, might as well do it, because why not? As I said, you're not going to get hurt by doing a little bit more stretching at the end, but you may get hurt by not stretching something. Okay, and then that is the whole video. So you've seen here how I managed to stretch my knees, my calves, my hamstrings, and my quads, and even my lower back in around 5 minutes, following a very heavy squat session. So if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe as well. I am trying to grow the channel, not just upload these and watch them back myself, so that would be cool. But anyway, until next time guys, I will catch you on the next video. Bye.